Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. Each episode, we highlight a new commander deck that you get to see pop off in a glorious fashion. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lance from I Hate Your Deck. We're ready for more spice, and maybe Ray will get salty. Wait, what?
What? Both. Salty and spicy.
I have fries, so we need the salt. And as always, I just love playing paper Magic with my friends because nothing is better than getting together and having fun with a bunch of friends.
What's up, everyone? My name is Ray. I'm back again for another episode. I'm gonna be spicy and sweet and salty. Absolutely. And I'm always happy to play paper Magic with my friends.
What's up, everybody? I'm Chris. So glad to be back on another episode of I Hate Your Deck, and time to kick some ass.
Jesse, live from Canada. They know me as Evil Jesse in the Discord, and I love playing paper Magic as always.
Let's get into the Rule Zero conversation and talk about our commanders we're playing. I am going to play Ghired, Mirror of the Wild, red, green, white, legendary human shaman. Haste. He's got haste. He's a hasty boy.
Okay.
3/3. Non-token creatures you control have. Tap, create a token that's a copy of target token you control that entered the battlefield this turn. So that's a lot of hoops. The token has to enter this turn and has to be a token I copy. Yes. So I have to do that.
Step away.
Because once it's been old, it's non-targetable, which is kind of lame. So it's like, thank you, Wizards, for all the hoops.
Wait till he
Don't
starts
target the
untapping it.
old
The same
ones.
turn.
And I'm
like
what
5
the hell?
times.
You said it was a lot of hoops.
Well, it is hoops.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do a lot of work to break your back to make this thing like viable, but I'm trying it anyways. You know, obviously I'm trying to abuse effects like Agate Instigator, where I can do Offspring with Agate, so I can have it come in with a token. And then if I have an enchantment or anything that gives it haste, then I can then use to tap to continue to duplicate those tokens to create cool effects. There's ways to copy tokens that might have gotten exiled. Yeah. There's ways to copy some of your creatures that might become tokens. So I'm trying to create a lot of value through tokens. This deck is looking to be a token value engine.
I'll be playing Kumena, Tyrant of Razcot. It costs 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue for a legendary creature Merfolk Shaman. I can tap another untapped Merfolk I control, and Kumena can't be blocked this turn. Or I can tap 3 untapped Merfolk I control, and I get to draw a card. Or I can tap 5 untapped Merfolk I control and put a +1/+1 encounter on each Merfolk I control, and it's a 2/4. Talk about like pet decks. When I first, it was Lorwyn when I started playing, and Lorwyn Merfolk were out, and that was the first precon I bought, and these are the sleeves I bought at my LGS, and they're still here.
I see the wear on the side.
Yeah, these sleeves have seen some things.
Very nostalgic of you.
I'm trying to get a bunch of Merfolk out. A lot of Merfolk care about untap and tap effects, so they're all trying to untap and tap each other. A couple quick ways to win. There is a way to do infinite turns, but through it's a very hoopy combat damage with Merfolk specific.
Infinite turns?
Infinite turns with Merfolk tokens. They have to have like 6 pieces out to do the infinite turns things. Yeah, I have to have the fish. I have to have a fish to sacrifice when it comes in, a fish to sacrifice every time it attacks, and I have to deal combat damage.
That's only 5.
It's 5 pieces.
See? Caught in the lie already.
You've already caught him in a lie.
So I'll be playing Delney today. Delney, Streetwise Lookout. He's a human scout. Creatures you control with power 2 or less cannot be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. And if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So I kind of built this deck around a lot of ETB triggers. It's like a white weenies deck, essentially. But I just fill the board and I get a lot of triggers. Hopefully it draws me a bunch of cards, and I can start making gnomes and then start making that army bigger. And the idea is just to swing with a lot of unblockable little dudes. Definitely life gain in there. So there's Elish Norn in here, and there's different ways of getting, like Panharmonicon, so you can get more ETB triggers off my creatures. We'll see where it gets.
Also, threat.
Yeah, also a threat.
No, not at all. No.
My token army is going to be gone.
If you talk too much, I'll exile your creatures.
Fair enough. Today I'm playing Ashad, the lone Cyberman from Doctor Who set. Legendary artifact creature, Cyberman. Text reads, the first non-legendary artifact spell you cast each turn has casualty 2. So trying to get a bunch of small power creatures out, sack those when I'm casting big artifacts, get double Platinum Angel, Platinum Empyrean, infinite colorless mana combo in there, things that I can win with through combat damage, through triggers I can win through life drain and gain for me, a lot of ways to win. And the other part of the text says whenever you sacrifice another creature, put a 1/1 counter on Ashad, lone Cyberman. So ways to win through commander damage as well. Grixis, which is blue, black, red, and
Great
one
color
for a 3/3.
combination.
Great color combination. Casualty means as you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. When you do, copy it. A copy of an artifact spell becomes a token.
If you want to support us, consider joining our Patreon. It's our only way to go weekly. We'd love to go weekly because right now we're only every other week. Becoming a patron helps you watch episodes early, plus you get to play in the Discord. That's how I met Jesse. We got to play in the Discord. And Ray, if you want to play against the villainous Kill Stash and see if your spice can meet, or if you want to just learn, we have new players who are always learning. If you enjoy what we're learning and you want to keep getting inspired by our spice, hopefully you can support us so we can keep making great content for you and have fun.
I hate your deck.
Let's roll to see who goes first.
Oh my god.
3.
W. Big W.
Jesse, evil
Get
Jesse.
7.
Big W.
All right.
Take it away.
Sounds good. Draw for turn. Haunted Ridge for turn. It comes in tapped because I don't have 2 or more lands, and I'll pass.
Draw a card. Play a Plains over here. Tapping that, cast my good old Soul Warden to start us off. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life.
Threat.
True.
Threat.
And
immediately.
I
might
pass
be
the- my friend
triggering
over
that
there,
a
right?
lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Play a forest for turn and pass.
Draw for turn. Arid Mesa. Tap a Kraken second, lose a life. I'm gonna just pass as I get something with green and red or white.
I will untap. Draw for turn. Swamp for turn, and I'll pass to Chris.
Oh, okay. You got it. We go untap. I will draw. You guessed it. Another Plains. I'll move to combat.
I'm gonna get this Jetmir's Garden that comes in tapped. So Jetmir's Garden comes in tapped. It's a mountain, forest, plains.
Yeah, and I will swing at evil Jesse for first blood.
First blood.
My mom says I'm a nice guy.
You'll thank me later.
I'll take the one.
You get the least worst of it, and I'll pass the turn.
One tap, okay, draw. Island is my land for turn. Pay 2, and I will play River Sneak. So 1/1 can't be blocked, and whenever another merfolk enters the battlefield under my control, this gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
That will gain me a life.
And you'll get a life off Soul Ward and trigger it, and then I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn.
I've never been so scared of a Soul Warden, but all 3 of our decks just feed that Soul Warden like
This is the worst pod for a
Soul
soul.
Warden. I know this is like usually
I
it's like
warned
it's
you
kinda like
about the
moderately
life
annoying,
game.
and now we're like, what the hell? Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I'll play a Sacred Foundry. I'm gonna hurt myself.
Boom, baby.
Shock it in. I guess I'm gonna play a Charismatic Conqueror.
Excellent.
Vampire Soldier 2/2 Vigilance. Whenever an artifact or creature enters the battlefield untapped under an opponent's control, they may tap the permanent. If they don't, you create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink.
Soul Warden
Chris is
trigger.
having
I'll
a
gain
great
my
time.
life.
Yeah, Chris just gave you. Are you guys plotting?
Pass.
What's
So
going
now-
on?
Yeah.
That also likes creatures.
So
coming
now
in.
if we feed you, we feed Chris.
Yeah.
Feed me,
I'll feed you,
Seymour.
don't worry.
Untap, nothing, upkeep, draw for turn. Play a Shipwreck March for lands for turn. It comes in untapped because I do control 2 other lands. Tap 3 for a Foundry. Inspector, artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and I'll pass to Chris.
Trigger, do you bring it in
Oh, yeah, I'll
tapped?
come in tapped for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll gain a
I
life.
feed you.
My
I can-
Charismatic Conqueror. You're only feeding one.
Well, yeah. That's
But then
actually
he
a little
gains, only,
stronger.
he gains only 1 life.
This is only
instead of
life
2.
gain.
Yeah. I don't want to hear it.
It's only
You know very well.
Ray's like, I don't
Yeah.
trust you.
Not one bit. He goes, it's only 3 life on turn 3.
Right? I will draw my card
Like
for
your
turn.
nice shirt doesn't trick me.
I will play my Plains, of course, and then I will tap 3 to cast my good old Delney. Legendary creature, Human Scout. Creatures you control with power 2 or less cannot be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. I'll have it come in tapped for the Conquer. Off ETB, Soul Warden will gain me a life, and she will see Soul Warden and gain me another life.
See, I didn't
Seems
believe
fine.
you for 1
Seems
second.
good. Now I'll go to combat, and I'll swing at Lich for 1.
I block and kill it with the 2/2.
You cannot.
Why?
Because creatures with power 3 or greater can't.
Wait, no, it's
Sorry.
So I block and kill
I
it.
missed it. I missed that. Okay. I want to attack you.
You were so cocky with it,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's your 1 take back from
Yeah.
Everyone
Okay,
gets 3,
just
and
the
then
one.
they take a
No,
tequila
it's
shot.
2.
Okay. I'll swing at the person who can't block
3
it.
dies. Number 3, you're dead.
For the record, I've never been evil in my life.
Yeah.
Jesse,
I'll take
swing
the
it for
one.
Okay. And then I will pass the turn. That's right.
Draw. A forest as my land for turn. Tap both my forests, and I will play Talisman of Curiosity. Taps for colorless, and then taps for green or blue, and it pings me.
Tapped or untapped?
Yeah, Charismatic Conqueror.
Cares.
That's fucked up.
I know you need your.
I do need the mana. You can have a token.
I will gain 2 life
life.
for that.
God.
We need to kill him.
I'm trying to. Stop tapping my shit. And then
Life gain is the least worst thing.
I will tap the Talisman for 1 colorless and the Island for 1 blue mana. And I will play Silvergill Adept. I will let it come in tap. When it comes in, as additional cost to cast this card, reveal a merfolk from my hand or pay 3. And I will reveal True Name Nemesis.
Okay.
One of the best merfolks in the game.
And then when it enters, I get to draw a card.
I will gain 2 life from Soulward.
I can swing my army this way.
Put the pressure on. I dare you.
Silvergill Adept ETBs. This gets +1/+1 event until end of turn and can't be blocked. And I will do my best to take down this
We
Titan.
have to.
2 damage to you, brother. Yeah. But down to
will
47.
I'll take the 2.
See, look, it was a.
Good lord.
It was a,
Yeah, we're all gonna have to just
It's almost a lot of like.
pact to hit this.
This is the craziest soul warden I've
You
ever
ready?
It does.
I know.
It's just what it does.
This is draw for turn. I will play a forest. I'm gonna tap out, cast my commander, Ghired Mirror. He's got haste. We're just gonna focus on that part.
Wait, did you get soul warden trigger?
So I'll gain, yeah.
No, because I'm just gonna swing at you for. I'm gonna swing at you with everything. So 6 coming your way,
Total. I will take 6.
Almost down to
Got
regular
a
life
43.
and then I will gain 1.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw for turn. Mom's
Panda,
spaghetti.
panda.
It's just value.
I'm going to Bloodfell Caves for land for turn. I'll gain a life when it ETBs. With reduction, Founding Spectre, I'll tap a red, blue, black for Ashad. Lone Cyberman.
Tapped or not tapped?
I will just send it there.
Don't listen to him.
Lone Cyberman, first non-legendary artifact spell you cast, each turn has casualty 2, which means I can sack a creature with power 2 or less and copy that artifact spell, comes into the token, and whenever I sack another creature, put 1/1 counter on Ashad. I will have it come in untapped. I will feed the vampire army for Lynch as he has promised to swing.
I will gain.
And you will also gain
2
2
life for a
on
shot,
the
2 life for the
ETB.
vampire.
I will move to combat and I will swing the 3/2 Foundry Inspector at Chris.
I will take 3.
I'll pass turn.
Hold on. I have a response because I can tap my Charismatic Conqueror because this token entered this turn, and creatures I control I can make a copy of a token that entered this turn.
Yes.
So I can't copy that token
Right.
because this came in. I will copy this token,
Yes.
so I'll just have 2 of these guys. You will get it,
I'll gain
but
2
I'm
life.
going to hit you with a lot.
I see that. Goes my turn here.
sir.
There we go. Whew. Sweating here.
Because it is time to sweat.
Swamp.
Play it planes, and then I'll tap 4 and cast good old Mangara, the Diplomat. He's a 2/4 lifelink. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalker you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card.
I hope you heard Lynch's.
I was hoping for that. Okay. On ETB, I will gain 2. Also, I'll have it. Actually, no, I won't have it enter tap. That's fine.
Ooh.
You can make your dude.
Wants the life.
I will gain 2 life from Mangara and 2 life from your dude.
Boo.
Then I will go
I'm
to.
at 38, you're at 50.
Right, I'll go to combat.
Math
There we
isn't
go.
mathing.
I'll swing Delney at you. There we go. I
He's
bring the
evil.
light.
Evil.
Has
He keeps hitting me.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
He can't be blocked. Love it.
No. 1 damage at a time.
Until he goes infinite with turns, and we're like, oh shit.
And then
Right,
you're
it
like,
doesn't
nice.
matter.
What happened? We got scared with the life gain until life gain meant nothing with infinite.
I'll swing at everyone for 1 damage each turn.
I'll play a forest as my land for turn.
Watch out now.
Tap the Talisman for colorless, the forest for green, and I'll cast 3 visits. So I'm gonna go search for a library for a forest, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle.
I can't stop the voice. Ray is ramping quite quickly, Ray. A lot of land over there, Ray. I don't know.
Not as much land as my land.
Chris, still the threat. 50 life is a lot of life, I said.
Get off my land.
Get off my lawn.
I will go fetch a breeding pool. I will not shock it in. It'll just come in tapped.
Okay.
But it taps for both of them.
Coward.
Colors.
How humble of you.
Have some
Ray, not the
cojones. Hey, amigo.
1, 2, 3. I will cast.
Why can't we be
know
friends?
that,
That's your second
I'm
spell.
currently dying
Yes?
first, but yes, we should.
Second spell.
Mangara will trigger.
Was.
That will draw me a card and triggers additional. Delney.
Golly, brother. Again, it's a 2 of 4. I can tap 1 untapped Merfolk. This gets unblockable. Tap 3 untapped Merfolk. I get to draw a card, or tap 5 untapped Merfolk, and I put a +1/+1 counter on each Merfolk I have. I will have it enter untapped because we're friends.
So I will gain 2 life.
You will gain 2
mana
life.
and 2 mana. 2 more.
It's such a double-edged sword.
Merfolk enters the battlefield this turn, which gives us +1/+1.
I will commit all my resources.
Unblockable.
This will send you for 2 unblockable, friend. Seems good.
So that's good.
Seems
I'll
alright.
take 2.
And then I will pass the turn.
Untap. Pray for removal. I have all my colors with you guys.
Yep.
Yes.
So I can play my Exotic Orchard.
Yes.
And I'm actually getting all my colors.
Green, white, red. What's crazy? He could like swing the army and he'd be like, I'm at 41.
Guys, what am I gonna swing at for 2 damage?
I'm gonna swing
Yeah, I don't trust you.
everything your way.
Oh gosh.
Everything
With
just these
Mangara.
guys.
Trigger with Mangara 2 more creatures.
Yes. So trigger, I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Because Mangara draws me and Delney sees it. Additional trigger. I have 9 cards. I'm gonna block one of your vampires with Mangara, and then the rest will hit me.
Okay, 4 and
7. Gain 2 from him, so I have 5.
I gain 4 life. 5. Then I'll tap 3, and I'm gonna cast Village Bellringer. When he enters the battlefield, untap all creatures you control.
Wow. Ooh. That's really good. On ETB, I'll gain 2 life. Is that that's your first spell?
First spell.
Right.
First spell.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw for turn.
We need to kill that fucking thing.
We're all in removal colors too. We just
I know, right?
There's so much
Give me
removal.
something.
There should be wipes. There, you know.
Darkwater Catacombs for turn. A lot of things I can do that don't deal with that
Do
per
you have
se.
any counter magic?
yes. You're in white swords that shit.
Watch out for his army, dude.
Yeah.
So with the discount, I'm going to tap the swamp into the Darkwater Catacombs for 2, 3, 4, and on cast, I will casualty my Foundry Inspector for a Canoptic Spider. Flying 4/4 artifact spider. Whenever another non-token artifact creature or vehicle ETBs under my control, I draw a card. Because of the casualty effect, I will make a copy, so I have 2 of the spiders. Since it's a token, does not trigger the Canoptic Spider. I did sacrifice a creature, so I will go ahead and put a 1/1 counter onto Ashad. Now a 4/4. That does not stop the swinging, of course, but that's okay.
Are they coming in untapped?
I mean, I'll just keep swinging that way.
Right. At
And
what
hopefully
point, though,
we
do
can
you
deal
have
with
all
it.
the tokens?
Yeah.
though, and then
You're also giving him more creatures. That's a.
He has an Elish Norn that could possibly
feeding him.
minus all of my stuff.
You're giving him an army.
I will have 1 come in,
That seems good.
I'll gain 4 life with the 2
4.
creatures.
and then another 2 because
He made a vampire. Yes.
his came in.
I will tap to make another. Because from the token that just
Yes.
came in,
That-
I now can target.
I'll gain 2 life.
We will move to combat, and Chris, I'll swing this 4/4 Ashad at you, sir.
It's 1 creature,
Good catch.
so no card draw.
Aha!
So I will gladly take the 4.
4 commander.
It is commander damage.
It is
so.
indeed.
That's going to be the way to do it. We're going to kill him with commander damage.
Second main, I will tap the Haunted Ridge for red and for a Faithless Looting. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. It has flashback for 2 and a red, so I will draw 2.
Fantastic.
Mangara
It'll
trigger.
trigger Mangara, so I will draw 2 cards.
And I will discard the Mystic Forge. Discard the Shimmer Mirror, unfortunately, and that'll have flashback, so I'll put it over here, graveyard here, and I'll pass turn to Chris.
Untap. Draw. Reliquary Tower. That's my
Damn.
land. I'm going to tap said Reliquary Tower and a Plains to cast a Pearl Medallion, making my white spells cost 1 less to play.
We're booing you, but we are there's great artwork though.
We've got to figure out a way to slow this down.
Keeping you in check, Chris.
He's going to have all of our commander damages.
Right, I'm going to make your guys' lives even more exciting. I'll tap 3 white to cast, with a reduction, Trouble in Pairs.
Fuck that card.
If an opponent would begin an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. Whenever an opponent attacks you with 2 or more creatures, draws their second card each turn, or casts their second spell each turn, you draw a card.
Seems pretty mids, I'll say it.
Delney doesn't trigger that because it's not a creature, but you got a bunch of 1/1s, huh?
Look away from me, Chris.
You are like the only target I can
Look away from me. He has no flyers though, so I'll just punch him in the head.
I'm gonna go in combat. I'll swing Delney at you, sir.
I'll take 2 more commander. I'll
Yes.
lose the 2 life. Life is a commodity we have in Magic the Gathering, you
It's a
see, so
resource.
It's the least
it's a
threatening
resource. It's not a
thing.
big deal.
Pass the turn, hooray.
I call it Trouble in Paris. Trouble in
It sounds
art that got
That's what I
stolen.
thought. This is a controversial art.
It's
yeah.
a very conscious. It's plagiarism.
So I had my artifact untapped, by the way. It was untapped. And I would
It
gain
happens.
life. Yeah.
It's not a May. We'll go to 7 duders. I will go ahead and tap to make another duder because it came in.
You made in second dude, so I'll gain 2 more life from that.
Commander damage is important. There's no extra turns for you.
No.
So now you know who you really have to kill.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'll try.
I like when Ray gets scared like a chihuahua.
I was
I'm doing you a favor,
I
Ray.
know.
I'm focusing their attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to send all my 1/1s that way.
That was very blunt of you.
I'm honest.
I'll pay 3. and
4.
I'm going to play Thassa, God of the Sea. Legendary champion creature, God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a creature yet.
Okay.
Yeah, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn.
Spicy.
Once it's online, it's indestructible and a 5/5, and it says at the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1.
I just know you're excited to be here.
I am excited to be here. I will move to combat. I will tap Silver Girl Adept with Kumena's first ability, making this creature so it cannot be blocked this turn. Not unblockable, can't be blocked.
Oh, can't be blocked.
I will tap this one instead to activate this ability of Kumena.
Okay.
Giving it cannot be blocked. And I will swing Kumena your way.
And that is your commander.
That is my commander. Big ol' fish dude.
I'll take 2.
You have 57.
After that, I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Changes everything. Land. Mountain. But it's going to help me really get through on your board. Eldrazi Monument.
my
Creatures
God.
you control get +1/+1 and have flying and indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature if you can't sacrifice the monument. Everything but this dude, because they're all flying and indestructible.
And +1.
And
Yeah,
+1. 4, 3, 16.
Lifeline.
23 in the air. Do you have
23
air
coming at
blockers?
me.
Response to attacks declared.
Triggers. When you attack me with 2 or more creatures, Mangara will trigger, drawing me a card, and Delney will see that and draw me an additional card.
I had a different plan before this card.
Delney.
Fair, that works.
And then Trouble in Pairs will also trigger, since you've attacked with 2 or more creatures, and that will draw me a 3rd card.
23.
I'll take 23. I do not have a response.
And now Mike's gonna gain
I'm-
16 life.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's tides have turned.
And what we're saying is after he dies, we're fucking scared.
After he
It's
dies.
mono white.
That's what we're
There's
talking
only so
about.
much
We're
mono
scared
white.
out,
Dude,
but he's-
there's no combos. It's just life.
You don't need
game.
combos when you're doing bullshit. The best thing in Magic is drawing cards and you have the biggest hand, but my hand is bigger.
Chris's hand,
That's
it's a big
okay.
hand.
Can you compete? I don't think so.
Yeah, pass.
All right, sweet. Untap. You draw for turn?
A Toxic Deluge for 1, and my whole board is wiped.
For 2.
Oh, 2. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah,
Toxic Deluge for 2.
You want to do 4 because of the toughness.
He's in Deluge colors.
Big Deluge.
That's all I'm saying.
True.
we were upset that Chris had all the life, and now Mike has 59. He's gonna
I was
put his
wondering-
resources to kill Chris, but then me and Ray
I
are also quite
promised. I
terrified.
promised.
What's left?
Fish
a
are
big
friends,
army.
not food.
Joir, Isle, Refuge, come in, find land for turn. It'll enter tapped, but I will gain a life.
Threat?
The threat, that's a problem. He's gaining life.
When I drew
Not
that,
to pick up
I was
Bob.
like, "This is the best thing I could have drawn." And when I saw that I had 5 lands, I was like, "Wow!" And I can
Perfect.
totally sack one of them. First time I've cast it
It's so fun.
in the history of my life. First time.
It's badass.
Welcome.
I'll tap the swamp to pay the 1 Darkwater Catacombs for a blue black, and then I will tap the Bloodfell Caves for the other mana for a Treasure Mage. It's a 2/2 Human Wizard. When Treasure Mage ETBs, you may search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost 6 or greater, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle.
Coming in tapped or not tapped?
It can come in tapped. I don't need to feed anybody.
I'm just gonna gain 2
instead of
life
4.
instead of
Yeah,
4.
just
Yeah.
I reveal it and it goes to hand. Yeah, but I will
or
go
greater.
to combat afterwards anyway. So I am just gonna
It's gonna be a
do.
big artifact.
I'm gonna go ahead and reveal a Wormcoil Engine and
Sweet.
put that to hand.
Hey, you'll start death touching me when I kill him.
I don't know where that's going, but I can only wonder.
I will go ahead and move to combat, and I just don't know if we have to keep
Well, I'm
punching
I'm
Chris.
indestructible. We can get him real low with all those hands and his cards in his hand.
I am going to move through combat to second main, and I will move to end step. No?
All right,
We're
onwards.
great.
Take it.
Just watch Elish
no,
Norn come out and ruin all of our hopes and dreams.
I mean,
If it was
fair.
in my hand. All right, draw.
As he draws into it.
I will
Pay 6, but
He has a
basic.
reduction.
Basically, I'm gonna tap a plains, and with a reduction, cast Wall of Omens. It's an 0/4 defender. When it ETBs, draw a card. Have it come in untapped,
2 mana, draw 2 cards.
so
Nice.
you can make your 1/1.
I
Yes.
will make a 1/1.
which will trigger his Soul Warden, I got you, and gain 2 life.
Gain me 2, and then your dude gain me 2.
I have more blockers than you. They're great blockers.
I'll tap 2 with a reduction, cast an Inspiring Overseer. When it ETBs, you gain a life and draw a card.
Oh my god.
Is there a card that doesn't say draw a
Multiple
card in your deck? Is there a
Gain
card?
life, draw a card. Gain life, draw a
Gain
card.
2 life.
I'm gonna roll here.
Everything,
Draw
right?
2 cards.
That'll draw me 2 cards.
And then
I'm gonna
Is
have
it
it
coming in
enter
tapped or
untapped.
untap, so you get another
He's
one.
gonna feed the life.
I will gain 4 life, and then 1 for its ETB, and another 1 from Delney, so 2 more.
One.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is it's a good deck, and that's what's making me angry. It's a very good deck, doing very good.
No,
things.
that's why I invite
Yeah.
you. You think I invite bad decks on the show?
I thought that's why you brought me.
Man, you got low self-esteem. You are a good
You're
builder.
great.
You are important. Look in the mirror. I'm
Important.
important. People like me.
People like me.
You
Except
ever,
for
see,
that one
you
guy.
ever watch with the Stuart Smiley from Saturday Night Live? He looks in the mirror and he goes, "People like me," and Gosh Garnet, or he said something like that. I can't
That's
remember.
me. Damn it. Damn it.
Same era of Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy.
So I'm going to tap a plains
Yeah.
and cast Charming Prince with reduction. When he ETBs, I can either scry 2, gain 3 life, or exile another target creature you control, return to the battlefield under control at the beginning of the next end step.
Flicker the Overseer.
Yeah, Flicker the Overseer. Makes
like
sense. On ETB, I'll gain a life. You're
Fair.
making too many tokens, so I'll have it come in tapped
Okay.
this time. So I will gain 2 life from Soul
Soul Warden
Warden
trigger.
and Delney additional trigger.
Are you flicking the Overseer?
I will Flicker the Overseer, yes. So this exiles and will come in the beginning of the next
So-
end step.
Just so many options.
I'll tap 2 planes and with the reduction cast Wildjack Investigator. Flying Vigilance at the beginning of your upkeep. Investigate once for each opponent who has more cards in hand than you.
That's
That's
none of us.
But it's a flying blocker. And on ETB, I'll gain 2 from the Soul Warden.
Tapped or untapped?
Untapped. So
11.
yeah, 2 more.
They're all coming at you. Just a reminder, by the way, they're all gonna. We actually might need Chris to kill you.
Maybe.
This is a finely tuned in.
It is a nice engine.
It draws
just a game.
and does stuff.
It does draw and gain a lot of life. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'll move to combat.
I've not hit you, just for the
I
record.
know. I'm keeping track.
I've been quite benevolent.
I have to keep my dudes up at this point.
We've been friends.
I'll move to my end step. And at the beginning of the end step, Inspiring Overseer will enter the battlefield again from the Charming Prince ability and gain me life. I'm going to have it come in untapped.
Okay.
So you can make your...
I also have a response.
Your dude.
So I'll make a dude go to 12.
Response to him entering.
So I will gain 2 life, 1,
Trigger
2
first.
there, and then another 2 from the Overseer, and then another 2 from your Vampire.
And I'm going to tap this.
Wait, don't you get 2 cards?
I will draw 2 cards.
You draw 2 cards.
Thank you.
And I'm going to tap the Village Bell Ringer to make a copy of one of the tokens that just came in to go to 13.
And gain another 2 life for that. That's the turn, dude.
Move to untap, upkeep, scry 1 from Thassa God of the Sea. I would like that there. Draw for turn.
I would like this on top.
That seems like good.
Mikey likes it.
Seems good. Tap 2, 1 green, 1 blue. Cast Marrow Commerce.
Nice.
Kindred Enchantment Merfolk. At the end of my turn, untap all Merfolk I control. Seems
Relevant.
Synergies.
this is a Merfolk, and so this will trigger River Sneak. It will get +1/+1.
There's a tribal
And it's not a creature.
And it's not a creature, so it goes right there. I will then move to combat. I will tap this Merfolk to make Kumena unblockable. This is already unblockable, so I'm coming at you for 4 total, both unblockable.
My Garage will trigger. That will draw me 2 cards because Delney sees it. And same thing with Trouble in Pairs.
My cans
Will draw me
fall
a
apart
card.
quicker than what that's having.
Yeah.
That is a lot more. Like, look how many spells he's
You're
played.
coming in,
4 total, because a Merfolk enters, so it gets +1/+1. 4 total, 2 commander.
and neither of them can be blocked.
Blocked.
Okay.
Move to my end step. Marrow Commerce will trigger. I will untap all Merfolk I control.
Crazy.
I didn't know that about the tribal enchantment. That since it is a tribal
It's a
merfolk, then it
merfolk.
does. Yeah.
It says Merfolk. The
'Cause it has the-
type,
has
the
the
type
text,
is
yeah.
Merfolk. Are you done?
I am done.
Untap all stuff. Sack 1 of these
Yeah.
to keep my Eldrazi monument on my upkeep. Draw for turn.
I would pay real life money for a Blasphemous Act or something.
It won't even take care of that.
I would pay real life money for a farewell right about now.
That'll do it.
I'll play a land.
Pulls a wallet out. How much do I have to pay to get rid of that? That doesn't mind.
Point of order, this is now a creature because I have 1, 2, 3, 4,
Got you.
5 things. It's a 5/5 indestructible.
Devotion is 5 blue.
Yep.
I think I have to just go to combat.
You're in combat.
Entering combat.
Well, hello there.
It means I respect you, though.
Right,
and I
right.
respect your deck, because if I'm not paying attention to you, I'm ignoring you. And you know what's worse than anything is being neglected. Neglect is hurtful.
I'm totally fine.
It's hurtful. Don't neglect your kids.
Yeah.
Or your
No.
friends.
That's a lesson.
Where are they all going?
I am continuing to do what I promised.
That's true.
This is
First things
24 here.
26 there.
29
9,
and 4, 33.
33. Okay.
33 damage, indestructible flyers.
I will go ahead and block Charismatic Conqueror with my Wildjack Investigator into the 2/4, and then my Inspiring Overseer. Yeah, we'll block your commander.
So that will die.
Yes, I will eat shit. Yeah, when you attacked me,
I attacked you with multiple
With
creatures.
multiple creatures, 2 or more, Mangara will trigger, drawing me a card, and Delney will see that, draw me an additional card. Also, my Trouble in Pairs will trigger and draw me an additional card.
Just for science, how many cards do you have in your hand?
Scientific purposes.
Just for research.
20.
I can't wait to win Paul.
These are the only ones that hit. 26 goes through.
Overseer will die. 26 will go through.
Life gain trigger. 24.
You gain more life. That monument?
Yeah, you
no one's
see?
gonna take care of that monument?
I would love to try.
I'm trying to.
Oh. Tap 2, cast Molten Duplicant. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except as an artifact in addition to its other type. It gains haste until end of turn, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So I'm gonna copy Village Bellringer. I have a copia. When this enters the battlefield, untap all creatures you control.
It's a dude. That'll gain me
So this
2 life.
is a dude.
Soul Warden.
Tap this again to activate the ability to make a copy of the token because one of the tokens has to exile, but I want to keep one around.
Yes, makes sense.
You will gain
2 more life.
Someone has to die.
When this copy the Village Bellringer, it still says when enters untap all creatures you control. So I will go ahead and untap. This is infinite. The problem is then I also give him infinite life. Village Bellringer is the infinite combo in the Ghired Mirror of Wilds deck. The problem with my infinite nature is you gaining infinite life as I do it. I will tap my dude, make another copy,
I will gain 2 life from Soul Warden.
untap.
Okay.
Tap another dude, go to 3,
Okay. You made a dude, I gain 2 life.
untap. So this is the loop.
Yes.
We're doing slowly. Tap again.
Okay.
Okay, go to 4, 5, 6, 7,
Always on it, Ray. Okay.
8.
Wow.
We'll go to end step. This original token, because Molten Duplication says sacrifice at the beginning of next end step, now I will sack the original. But because I like the copia better than the foil, we'll just swap. This will go to the 8 here.
I dig your style.
So the original will get sacked,
Yes.
Untap.
and I did my part, because believe me, I have stuff I can cast for this mana.
That's fair. That's fair.
Me too.
We will untap.
Yeah, we will.
Upkeep. We will draw as is my right.
Kentucky John says that. I will draw as it is my right.
Yes.
Kentucky John, legend, cat bar druid.
Cat Bard.
It's a cat bar druid.
We miss you, Kentucky.
Come back home, Kentucky.
I will go ahead and play a Smoldering Marsh as lands for turn, but it comes in tap because I don't control 2 other basics. Unfortunate.
I'm like, I hit you for 2, which is like, I hit you for lethal.
You die. In respect to life gain, I will tap out for 6.
Okay.
And use my casualty trigger. I will sack the treasure mage to the casualty trigger that will go to
Oh,
graveyard.
you just sack a creature, not an artifact.
As you cast it, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. When you do, copy it. A copy of an artifact spell becomes a token. 6/4 Wormcoil Engine.
And you're making 2 of them?
Yeah, 6/6.
Bring the pain.
Love it.
6/6 Death
That's
Touch lifelink. When Wormcoil Engine dies, create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian worm artifact each token with Death Touch and a 3/3 worm with lifelink. And I will get 2 because of the casualty trigger.
Are they coming in tapped?
First is Coptic Spider trigger. I have 2 of them. It's going to see the non-token Wormcoil Engine come in, so I will draw 2.
Yes.
Does anything trigger for him drawing multiple cards over there?
The Troubled Impaired.
Yeah, he did
draws
that.
their second card each turn.
Yep, he did.
I will draw a card.
Looking out for you.
He's on it.
Okay, so then next is deciding whether or not you want them to come in tapped or untapped.
I will do as I did with the spider, and I will have 1 come in untapped, so you'll get...
A vampire.
And you will gain 6 total life from the token and his 2 creatures entering, so 2 for each of them.
6 life, yes.
Correct.
Yes.
I can never get you
boy.
below. It's like every time I see, it's like Groundhog Day.
On sacking the treasure mage, that's going to put a 1/1 counter onto Ashad. He's a lone Cyberman. He's lonely, but he has friends, obviously. To not upset the benevolent magic god Lynch, I will swing the Coptic Spider and the Spider copy
Lies.
in the air. 8 in the air
Said
at Chris.
me over here. Okay, okay. Off the
Except
2
those
creatures
blockers.
attacking, I'm gonna draw again. Off
will
Mangara,
draw
Delney. So I'm gonna draw 3 cards.
I know. I'm just saying it's
See,
3.
Cut straight. Well, Trouble in Paris.
because of the
will
Paris
trigger.
as well. If you life, then you know we're all scared.
Yeah, now we know where we're going.
We're all
here.
terrified.
Oh boy.
And then I kill him, and then Ray goes
So
infinite
8
turns.
8.
It's been my
Ray's
pleasure.
like, yeah,
I was stopping it.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Ray's like, don't look under the curtain.
Everything's fine.
I'll take 8. Boink.
Moving into second main post-combat, we have nothing else to do, and we will move to end step.
Response.
Yes.
I will tap. I'm going to tap these 2 to create 2 more of these, so you will gain 4.
Yes.
So I go
2
from
creatures.
13 to 15 vampires.
I go to 48.
because I need to be able to sack one.
Pastor Chris.
Untap.
Have half your deck as your options. Seems fun.
Seems good. In a white deck, you know,
Yeah.
it usually suffers from lack of card draw.
then
Yeah,
that's-
I'll play a plane as my land. I need to be able to make some dudes. So I'm gonna tap 3 and cast Oketra's Monument. White creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 warrior token with Vigilance.
Tapped or not tapped? To the Charismatic Conqueror.
Tapped. I am not feeding your
A lot of
conqueror.
charisma, this guy.
Don't smell his armor.
I'm gonna tap a planes
'Kay.
with a reduction from Oketra's, the Pearl Medallion, to cast Toby, Beastie Befriender. When it ETBs, I create a 4/4 beast token with this creature cannot attack or block alone. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens, creatures you control have flying.
No response to cast.
Responses?
No.
Good. Okay. So ETB trigger, make a faux.
I'll gain life off the Soul Warden. Actually, I'll make my tokens, dude, first. So when ETB, I'll make a 4/4, and then it'll trigger again from Delney.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude.
want a
4
second
4s. Yeah.
Letting me know that on cast before these ETB, you get 2 cats.
Yes. I'll make 2 1/1s.
Actually, it's just
It's 1/1.
1/1. Yep, not a creature.
Here's a cat.
It has vigilance.
Okay.
It's a
great.
vigilant cat.
So I'll gain a life off of Toby, the cat, and the 2 tokens there. So
4
that's
life.
4 times
Are
2
they
is
coming in
8.
tapped?
Yeah, so it's relevant. So they'll come in untapped. 4 creatures.
I'll go to 19.
So that'll gain me 8 life from Soul Warden and 4 creatures entering. And then you made some creatures as well, right? So how many did you make?
If you didn't come tapped, it's not a May.
You made 4 as well.
Yeah.
So I gain another 8. Okay.
But you only have 3 creature tokens, right?
They're not flying yet.
He's trying to get there.
I can't wait to swing.
A collective sigh at the table. Yeah, he's a big swing.
And how many of these village dudes do you have?
8.
8 of them. Oh,
8.
9.
8 2/5s because of the monument.
I'm gonna tap 2 with a reduction to cast Skyclave Apparition. It says, when it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with CMC 4 or less. When this leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token, where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. So does that resolve?
A pass priority.
Tapped or not tapped?
I'll have it come in. This will come in tapped. Okay.
Okay.
And off cast, I'm gonna make another 1/1 dude. Oketra's Monument. So
Oh,
when I
sorry,
cast a
sorry,
creature,
Yes.
I make a 1/1.
so this is still in the air, not ETB.
Yep.
Correct, correct.
So on the cast trigger.
I'll make another 1/1 with Vigilance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have another trigger on the stack. Soul Warden.
This
There
is
you
the
go.
stack. So there's 2 life gain triggers on the stack. He has his Charismatic Conqueror on the stack, and this is on the stack. So we have
So
4 things to
with,
resolve.
but with that on the stack, I will tap this to create another vampire.
Okay.
That-
Trigger.
Another on the
trigger.
stack.
Yep.
Soul
So
Warden.
another trigger on the stack.
5.
Okay. So now
So this one also, I'm gonna have it come in untapped. This 1/1.
untapped.
Correct.
So another vamp goes on the stack.
Yes.
Okay. So vamp comes in.
Yep.
Life gain trigger on the stack. That's what
Yes.
the 6 is.
No, that's a 6.
Okay.
So I'll choose, right?
Yep,
For
now
it
you
to come
choose.
in tapped. I'm gonna choose to tap it for the Charismatic Conqueror.
Okay, that resolves off the stack.
Okay.
Your triggered ability. Now, your ETB effect.
With
Well,
the
now
life
you
gain.
can control however you want the triggers to resolve,
Yep.
right? Because you
Yes.
have like a lot of triggers.
I'll
Life
do the
gain
life gain
first.
first.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 10 life, right? With the
You
5.
have 2 coming in here, so that's 4,
Okay.
right?
And then I had a 1 here and 1 from itself. I'll gain 12.
Now, the only thing remaining on the stack is your target for Skyclave Apparition. The
Yes.
life gain has resolved, the Conqueror has resolved, the
Yes.
tokens have
You're
resolved.
targeting.
So I'm going to target your Charismatic Conqueror
Okay.
with the ETB trigger.
So that'll get exiled under here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then now the stack has resolved, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
We have resolved the stack.
Pass turn, and I'll go ahead and draw.
Not quite, Ray, not quite. I'm going to tap up Plains and cast my Topplegeist over here. So that
Triggers on the stack.
triggers on the stack. I'm gonna okay, it's the life gain from Soul Warden.
No, you have a cast trigger.
Sorry,
It's a
I have a
white spell.
cast trigger. Okay, so when I cast Topplegeist, Oketra's Monument will trigger, making me another 1/1 here.
Cat.
A cat, yeah. That will gain me life, 2 life, and Topplegeist will gain me 2 life.
Those
So
triggers
that-
are on the stack.
Yes.
Creature ETB'd. It's not here.
not in play, that's why-
The evil has been
At
purged.
least for
One
now.
piece of annoyance
It
at
is
a
gone.
time.
It is
Why
gone.
are you happy about that?
I'll gain.
Look at
This is
You're gonna
I'll
get
gain some
overrun.
life.
Because it was scary.
I gained 4.
Okay, also when it ETBs, now I'm gonna handle that trigger. Tap target creature an opponent controls. Also the power is 2 or less, so Delney will have it trigger an additional time. I'm gonna tap Ashad, and I'm gonna tap your engine.
I've done nothing to hurt you, Chris. I've been your friend.
You hit me for 8.
I did hit
last
you for
turn.
Does not hurt him.
Chris has told me that I did hit him for 8 last turn. He is not wrong.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to combat.
Entering combat. Responses to
Any
combat.
responses, guys?
Attack, declare stat.
Delney, the Wajik, Investigator, Vigilance, Mangara, and my prince here.
And my prince.
Good old prince.
My prince.
Quite charming indeed. We'll
Indeed.
swing at you.
Okay, what's
The
the
total damage, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2,
Back at
3,
you.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I gain 2 life from Mangara. Pass the turn.
I don't know if him and I are
I
ever
would-
gonna get out of it.
I would like to do something at your end step. I will activate Kumena, tapping 3 untapped Merfolk I control to draw a card. So I'll tap Mirror Karmos, River Sneak, and Adept. Yep, draw that card. I will
Especially
move
when
to
he has
down your
mana.
card draw.
He might as well use the mana.
untap. Upkeep trigger, Thassa, God of the Sea. I get to scry. I will look and see what it is. I'm gonna say nah. I need answers.
Yeah, you need
So
answers.
I'm gonna put that down there, and then I will.
Kids got questions.
I'm gonna draw for turn.
I got answers.
Yeah, you gotta have answers because kids got a lot of questions.
Yep.
Thank you, Barry. I don't have answers, although I would have used them.
I'm going to activate Kumena's second activate ability again. I will tap 3 Merfolk once again to draw a card. Play a land for turn.
So that was your second draw.
Yeah.
I get a trigger.
Yep.
Control in pairs.
Yep.
Trouble in pairs.
And a Mangara.
And Mangara.
So you're drawing 3 cards.
That's
Whenever
on, that's
opponent-
on,
no, that's
an
on
attack
cast.
and
Only
spells
trouble in
cast.
pairs. So I'll draw a card.
Okay. So just 1 card.
How many cards do you have?
A grip of cards.
I know, but it makes me feel better knowing an actual number than feeling like you have half your deck.
C for research.
Just 21. Just 1 more card than last time.
Like I've only casted 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. You casted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How is this fair, everybody?
White weenies.
This
One
is my
answer.
white weenies deck. I just draw cards and gain life.
I will tap 1 green, 1 blue, 1 blue, and I will cast True Name Nemesis. It's a 3/1 Merfolk Rogue. When it ETBs, choose a player. I'll choose fuck you. It has protection from the chosen player.
Trigger. Soul Warden.
Track goes on the stack, but also my trigger goes on the stack.
Okay.
This gets plus and plus until end of turn. It doesn't matter, but it sure did happen. And now you make it a life.
It is an unblockable dude.
Yep.
So I gained my 2.
I don't think this is a crazy question. Your Exotic Orchard taps for blue because of me.
Yeah, because mine taps for blue, yours taps for blue.
Because your land can do it.
Because
I
my
also
land
have-
sees yours. I learned this yesterday. This one sees this, so I can tap for blue.
So it taps
So
for
then
blue,
because it taps for blue, that taps for blue.
My land is your
I also
land.
have blue, right? So.
Oh, no, this is way cool.
Tips touch.
I will tap True Name Nemesis to activate Kumena to make it so it cannot be blocked. 2 damage at a time, baby. One step.
getting you there.
It's gonna infinite turns and just hit you.
I'll declare attacks on you 2 damage. Any responses?
I don't see how I can stop you, to be honest. I'm just
So
keeping
how
you
much
at bay.
damage to me? I will take 2 damage, and that's from blue.
I know, it's crazy.
I'll move to my end step. Mirror Commerce will trigger. I will untap all the Merfolk I have. Not my lands. Sorry. Not
I will
my,
untap all these
That was a
notable-
Seedborn muse.
Notably not my lands. Sorry.
We all love it.
Pass the turn to you, Lynch.
Untap with still aboard. I will sack my copy of Village Bellringer to the monument.
He has notably kept the monument.
I'm gonna tap 2, cast a Goblin Bombardment.
Interesting. Okay.
Any target.
If you weren't there, I would be like ready just to like throw down with Lynch and not feel bad about it. But if I do something about that and I let this just
You
keep
would
happening,
die.
I know.
He is very
I
influential.
won't kill you if you don't let this resolve.
Extremely influential.
I know.
He's also going to kill everybody else with the
I have
pings,
no problem
with his
killing
army.
you.
I know, but it's one of those like
Like any target, period. Singular.
I know. That's
So
why
you can hit players.
They are not my threat at all right now.
This is
you realize
too
we're in a
strong.
1v1 match. We're 1 life apart. I would argue you're winning because you have 21 cards, I have 3, and I have cast 5 spells, you've cast 14. Chris, we know, it's just us right now. They're in peripheral vision, we're locked in.
Good luck, gentlemen. That's all I can say.
pass priority.
I pass.
I guess.
Okay, Goblin Bombardment comes in.
What does that card do? So everyone can know why I'm so scared.
Sacrifice a creature, Goblin Bombardment deals 1 damage to any target.
Just so we all know, this is a wee woo card.
I have
You have
5.
5, yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the
So
wrong.
I just have to remove
2 of them.
2, which is probably what I should do. I will sack 1, blow up to Goblin Bombardment.
Okay,
I'll sack another to go to 5, blow up.
got it.
So now you don't have flyers.
I have flyers, but these tokens are not flying.
I'm gonna tap 3,
And I have a Topplegeist.
And I'm going to cast Kuzil Malament Exemplar on the stack. Legendary Cat Warrior. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Whenever one or more creatures you control, each with power greater than its base power, deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So unfortunately, this is whenever one or more. So no matter if I attack you with 20, I'm drawing one, unlike you who keeps drawing a multiple. I'm going to hold priority.
Okay.
I'm going to sack another one of these, and I'm going to shoot your Soul Warden.
Got it. I have triggers on the stack. Ping on the Soul
yep,
Warden. And then the trigger off Mangara and...
For my second spell?
Yeah, for your second spell, I'll draw 2 cards from Mangara.
Well, you could have killed that on the stack, too. Well,
No, it's
cat.
4.
On cat.
The Trouble in Pairs.
I do need to hit him. He's at 82 life, and you guys are so far away from
what you got.
the CTBs. Unfortunately, nothing cool happens.
Well, before the ETB, I have a response. Because after the ping, and then I drew cards, and then I have a response. I'm going to cast Flawless Maneuver. So if you control a commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn.
Put that on the stack.
I'll blow this up. Damn it. I'll sack 2.
I have 2 flyers.
I will sack another one in response, going to 2, and I'll blow up that flyer.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. So Flawless resolves. Any more responses?
No, pass priority.
Okay.
Top priority.
That ETBs. Go to combat.
Okay.
Swing in the kitchen sink.
Throwing the actual sink right at you.
Literally the whole sink.
42 in the air here.
Okay.
Grotesque with lifelink.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So 52 in the air your way.
I'm going to block your commander with logic.
Yeah.
Or less. 48.
48 damage.
Yeah. 34.
So I go to 125.
Yeah.
For all the kids at home,
Only thing.
Lynch is now at 125.
You're worried about me.
I know, but like you were both a threat, and then like
One or more creatures dealt combat damage that were different than their base power to the Eldrazi Monument, I will draw a card. You have a trigger.
Go ahead, and I'll, off of the Trouble in Pairs, draw a card.
Pass turn.
untap, upkeep.
Yeah.
I will draw my card as is my right for the turn.
So probably should have gotten more, huh?
On the stack? Yeah.
Probably should have just went infinite with it and done a lot more. I was just so worried about not having answers like this.
I will, this is the Ruin Everybody's Day top deck. I'm gonna go ahead and tap Swamp to tap into Darkwater Catacombs. On cast, we are going to sack the copy of the Wormcoil engine to the casualty ability. That is going to create 2 3/3, all when the Wormcoil engine dies.
One has
That touch, one with lifelink.
Yep.
I don't like what Mike's doing. It's very scary, very terrifying. When the copy Wormcoil engine dies, that will create 2 3/3 worms, 1 death touch, 1 lifelink, and that is to cast a Ethereum Sculptor artifact spell. As you cast, cost 1 less to cast. Because I sacked a creature to the casualty, that's going to get me a copy of the Sculptor. So now my artifacts cost 2 less
Yes.
to
Colorless.
cast. Yeah, 2 colors less to cast, exactly.
You also put a counter on a shot.
I did indeed sack, so I will put a counter on Ashad. Cast for free this Strionic Resonator. I can pay 2 colorless, tap it to copy target triggered ability that I control. I may choose new targets for the copy.
I hate my own deck because I have 3 cards.
Oh, I did. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you, Lynch, for that thought, because Sculptor
Ethereum.
coming in, that's going to trigger both of my spiders, and I will draw 2 cards. I did
Trigger,
draw.
Paris.
Trouble in Pairs would trigger and allow me to draw a card right here.
We can't deal with Lynch. All his stuff is indestructible, and he has 125 life. It's
Yeah, someone has to die. And then Ray does a million extra turns, unblockable.
I will.
Kills us.
Yeah, right.
Dude, he's
gonna take
quiet because he knows
take
that that's what's gonna happen. As soon as we get rid of Trouble in Pairs, he can get extra turns, and he did say his goes infinite with extra turns.
It does.
Just saying.
That is true.
Look at him being so cheesy. Me after
Once
you.
Chris is dead, we have to deal with this.
But I said that after Chris is dead.
Like I said,
it's
well,
arch enemy.
you
but
need me
have to
alive
kill
to
him.
deal with it.
But
I
that's
have
why, like, I'd
negotiated.
be like, here's my 2 damage, and then please help this.
I think you die to Lynch anyway on your turn.
I
so
think you
I don't
all die
think-
Lynch
I think
in that
we-
case.
We need it. He's gonna kill Chris.
Yes.
Fine. We should do what we did to Chris and chip away commander damage, because there's no I'm doing 125 damage. There's just no reasonable way.
Yeah, but like then if we start attacking Mike, he could kill any one of us on his turn. I'll tap 1 for a discounted Basalt Monolith.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Basalt Monolith does not untap during untap step. I can tap it for 3 colorless. I can pay 3 to untap Basalt Monolith.
Is that your second spell this turn?
That is my second spell.
So that'll trigger Mangara and Trouble in Pairs. So I'll draw 2 off Mangara with Delney seeing it, and then the Trouble.
So now he's got like 25 cards?
Something like
You
that.
had 21.
And then I
draw
drew a
3
few
off.
more.
You draw 1 off me. You do 24, 25, right? So am I right? Do you have 25?
I have 28.
I'm going to
Not a problem.
tap.
Are you going infinite colorless?
I can, it just doesn't benefit me at all. It will just buff my board, so I will do that. I'm gonna tap 3 with reduction for Forsaken Monument.
Good card.
Wow.
Legendary artifact. Colorless creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever you tap a colorless for mana, add additional colorless. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, you gain 2 life. And so just for those at home, I can then create infinite colorless by tapping the monolith for 3, but it taps for 4. And then I can use the 3 of the 4 to untap the monolith and net 1 every time to have infinite colorless mana, which I don't need right now, but I do have it online.
So we're all problems.
So there's that. Move to
I
combat.
forgot to ask what he does with infinite mana during the Pro Zero.
Right.
He did just
What's
say
that?
win.
What happens is-
that would be a win.
Is it walking ballista?
Don't worry about how I win.
Let's
Let's not worry about winning.
It is not time.
Moving to the combat phase. Chris, I'm gonna swing this 8/8 buffed Death Touch Lifelink Wurmcoil engine at you.
Because commander damage is how you need to kill me.
Right.
8/8 Death Touch Lifelink, and when it
Okay.
dies, it creates more.
Yes. Okay, I'll chump with my Wall of Omens.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll gain 8. I'll move into second main, and I will pass turn. This is for your turn, right? Yeah, cool,
Only
cool.
my
Yeah,
turn.
I'll pass.
You don't ever have to worry.
Solid, bro. I'll untap.
This is one of those parts where you start here like, how did we get here? Let me tell you how it started.
The story goes back here.
It started with a Soul Warden.
Draw my card. Return. Play a Plains. I will tap said Plains to cast a Soul's Attendant.
Nice.
Since you were asking, Lynch,
Any cast triggers to that?
No response to cast.
I make a 1/1 duder on cast, so that's not going to gain me life, but second 1/1. So now at ETBs, tap 2 over here to cast Pre-War Formal Wear. It's an artifact equipment. When it ETBs, return target creature with CMC 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach Formal Wear to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 in Vigilance.
I'm going to respond.
Pre-War Formal Wear is on the stack.
I'm going to sack 1. It's Goblin Bombardment blowing this up while that's on the stack.
Ping trigger on the stack.
Yeah, with the ping trigger on the stack.
Goblin
Should grab
Bombardment
a
on
lot
the
of
stack.
it. I'm gonna tap 2 more to cast Eerie Interlude. So exile any number of target creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. I'll target Soul's Attendant, Charming Prince, Mangara, and my Skyclave Apparition. Those 4.
Okay, that on the stack. Sack 1, hit it again. Sack 2, hit that twice.
Okay.
Sack another 2, go to 17, hit that twice.
Is this all on the stack, or you're doing them one at a time?
It's 1 ping at a time.
I won't respond.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pings on the stack first before your aerial interlude.
Right. Those will die first.
Death trigger on the Skyclave.
Yeah. When it leaves the battlefield, you get a 2/2 token of the Conqueror. So this stays exiled, but you get a 2/2 illusion. I have an illusion. Skyclave eats shit. The Soul's Attendant.
And Charming Prince.
Charming Prince. Okay.
They all got posterized.
Yes, they did.
Absolutely dunked on.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Now Eerie Interlude will resolve.
Yes.
This will get exiled.
It stays exiled till
Now
the
the
beginning of
other
next step.
ping sees nothing.
Correct.
Remember I did 1 ping?
Yes.
Now we're stacks empty.
So this resolves.
This will now resolve.
Okay. And that when enters, yeah, I'll have Skyclave come in. That has an ETB. Enters the battlefield, exile up to 1.
When does it attach?
When
Does
it comes in from
when
the
it
graveyard.
enters?
it is
I can't
attached.
respond before it attaches?
So ETBs then attach. So I guess you can respond to.
To what, the attach or the ETB? When it ETBs, I'm gonna choose 2 targets. It'll be Ghired and it'll be your village. Or actually not the ranger. I'm gonna choose him and your commander.
In response, I'm going to sack. I'll hit Delney. I'll sack this. I'll hit Delney.
Oh wow, okay. Sure. Delney dies, I'll
So
have it
this will
go
go to
to
my command zone.
graveyard.
Graveyard. You're having Delney go to your graveyard?
Yeah.
Notably.
Very notably. Is noted.
You have 3 white mana available.
I'll tap a white to cast Esper Sentinel. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player plays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power.
No priority. Pass.
Passive priority.
Great. Passing.
Combat.
Moving to combat.
I got a couple 4/4s here that like to attack, and they have to attack together, or at least with other creatures, so let's do that. I will swing at Lynch with the 2 4/4s that I've got.
I will block with my indestructible,
Okay.
and then I will take 4.
Yep. Got him down!
Before end step, I'm going to sack this to Goblin Bombardment, blow up your Esper Sentinel.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
No more
Epic
cards. I
priority.
gotta get rid of my. You already drawn. You've got so many cards.
Oh, I made a dude for the Esper Sentinel cast also.
That's true.
Yes.
Forgot about that. Esper's down in my graveyard. Pass.
On end step.
Yes.
This is your illusion.
Sir?
Use your illusion. 1 or 2? Guns N' Roses.
Oh, okay.
I'll end step. I'll pay 3 exotic orchard tapping for blue, and I will.
Did I go to your thing? You get an illusion for that too, right? Did you sack both illusions?
Well, no, that
no.
illusion was from.
Oh, from
it
before.
died the first time, yeah.
Got it,
and
got
then
it.
nothing got exiled
Exiled.
because he
This is
sacked the
not-
response.
Wait, what happened?
No. It's only when this leaves you get the illusion. I just forgot.
You only exiled one thing last time?
But when it leaves,
Nothing actually got under it because
This
When I
only
blew
left
it up
one
the first
time.
Yeah, just one.
No, but I'm
No,
saying-
this
yeah.
time I exiled
Yeah.
two.
that wasn't the question I was saying.
Before
yeah.
he only exiled one.
You only exiled one.
Yes.
That was my
One.
question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I should have exiled two. But anyway.
I'll pay 3, and I'm gonna cast Singer of Swift Rivers. It has flash. When it ETBs, put a shield counter on another target creature I control. I may cast Merfolk spells as though they had flash. I will put a shield counter. This is a shield counter. Shield counters mean if something would say destroy this permanent, I remove the shield counter instead, and effects that deal damage that would kill it don't kill it. Also, still on end step, I will tap 1, 2, 3 Merfolk, draw a card with Kumena's ability, and then I will tap 1, 2, 3 Merfolk to draw a card with Kumena's ability. Then I'll move to untap.
So I'm going to draw a card off of Trouble in Pairs.
Yep.
Also, Mangara enters
Instant.
from exile. So there's my card draw.
Go to upkeep. I'll scry 1. I do not want that card there.
I wish I could do that. I would have like scried like
I
every
love it.
card but this one.
I will then draw for my turn. Play Hinterland Harbor. It enters untapped because I have a forest or an
Do
island.
you have a flyer?
Logic.
It'll feel so good. I feel like I've been chopping your tree down, and you just keep growing a bigger base, and it's like a dream where you're like walking and you're like getting in quicksand.
Yeah.
I'll just go to combat. I'm going to tap Marrow Commerce to make Kumena unblockable, and then I will declare my attacks. I'll swing a 2/2 unblockable your way, and a 3/1 protection from you your way.
Okay.
Does that mean he can't choose blockers?
Text on that card, it says like can't be targeted, blocked.
Okay.
Anything with him, it's
So taking 2.
No, passing priority.
Yeah.
that's a
On attack. I have response.
Oh.
For my 3, dude?
All right. I'll tap 2 and cast Teferi's Protection with the reduction.
T-Prod.
T-Prov for the 3, that is tough.
I'm just here hanging out.
He has 121
wants to
life,
spend
and he
the
has
love.
121
Oh, I have to
engine.
say no thanks.
I just want to fucking play. Then I'll move to second main. I will tap this and this to draw a card. That was my second card. You can get a trigger.
It's phased out. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Time to get all your card drawing while you can.
Tap 1, 2, 3. I'll play Cultivate. I'll go look for some lands. To Island to my hand, or to the field tapped, and a forest to my hand.
Can't believe it's the first time I've ever casted a Drazian Monument. I mean, when you are building a 100 card
Solid.
deck with 99, it sometimes is hard to get to it.
It's hard to get to it, for sure.
Because sometimes I've had it in my hand, but then I've only had one creature. And then I gotta sack that and you lose the whole point.
I'll move to my end step. I'll untap Cultivate Resolves. I'll untap all my Merfolk because of Marrow Commerce. Thanks, my brother. Pass the turn.
Okay, untap.
Sweet.
Sack the vampire to the monument. Draw for turn. Play a land. Tap 5. I will cast my commander. Responses. No response. Not what I want to do. Ray, you hit me.
For 2.
So,
Okay. So how much do I take? Just so we're clear on that. You can't swing half the tokens his way and half the tokens my way.
It's player removal time. And you're the only one who's like threatening blue energy on me.
32, 35.
Say 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So 38 your way.
And it would be 32 gain.
Yeah, I have no response. No.
Almost.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
We've been friends, right? Have we
We've
not?
been fucking friends, please. Please, man. Please, I'm begging, dog. I just work
I
here.
just need you to hurt things when they
Do
come
you really
around.
think that's gonna happen?
Ray can't go to 2.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Play
Go ahead.
smart, not hard.
In response, I'm gonna pay 1 in darkness. Darkness reads prevent all combat damage that we dealt this turn.
Sweet.
Black Fog.
My
Dark
dog.
fog, bro.
Have to.
That's a homie right there.
Have to.
For show.
Hey, did you get that 20 bucks I slipped you?
Under the table?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I'll tap.
Just for the record, I
All right.
saved Ray.
Tap 2. Armored Scrap
Gorger.
Gorger.
Scrap George.
It's say it again.
we call it Scrap George, but go ahead.
Oh, Armored Scrap George, Phyrexian Beast. It gets a +3/+0 as long as 3 or more oil counters, which it doesn't. Whenever it becomes tapped, exile target card from a graveyard, put an oil counter.
That's a fucking goat. I'll remember that forever.
Untap.
I will remember that forever.
Forever. Untap. I was like, Ray can't die. Draw for turn. I'm gonna tap a red, and I will make infinite colorless by tapping the Basalt Monolith, creating 4 colorless because of the Forsaken Monument trigger, and additional colorless I'll use 3 of that to untap. I'm floating 1 colorless each time I tap and untap the Basalt Monolith. So I'll make infinite. Yeah, there's a billion floating colorless, and there's no mana burn, thankfully. So I'm paying a red and using 2 of the colorless for Faithless Looting. I'm going to discard or draw 2 cards. Discard. Yeah, it's fine. I'll discard this encroaching like a synth.
I wouldn't have had any of this had you not been so degenerate. I had synergy with your synergy.
Yeah, we actually helped each other out.
You guys are great people.
On both sides.
You're great people on both sides. On both sides of the table, just for clarification. I guess I'll discard this land. When I cast Faithless Looting for flashback cost, it goes to exile. I drew 2 cards, and I'm going to discard Encroaching Mycosynth and this mountain to my graveyard for the discard. Using some of the billion colorless, I'll go ahead and cast Suchi Caveguard. It's a 8/8 ward 4 vigilance. When Suchi Caveguard dies, add 8 colorless till end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. On cast, though, I will choose to sack the Wormkill engine and create 2 more, but Dominating Stick, I'll use these Oriconies because I don't have other 2, of course. 1 of each, but there's Summoning Sticks to look over there. You cast a colorless spell from Forsaken Monument, I'll go ahead and gain 2 life. All right.
Ashad will trigger.
Ashad will trigger as well, and because I sacrifice a creature, I'll get a token. Suchi Caveguard comes in, I will get a copy, ETB, of the 2 Suchi Caveguards, but only 1 is non-token. I will draw 2 cards from the spider.
You guys have so much draw. I drew once.
Pay a blue and use some of my billion floating colorless for a 1 with the machine. It says draw cards equal to the highest mana value among artifacts you control. Currently, highest mana value is 8 for the Suchi Caveguard, so I'm gonna go ahead, resolve that, and draw 8.
And he's ward 4.
Go ahead, we're gonna draw 8.
Vigilance.
Seems chill, seems cool.
Seems chill, seems
scary.
Cool.
Everything's fine. This is fine, everything's fine.
Perfectly fine. Oh, they're all getting +2/+2. So they're 10/10.
We are doing things. Billion is still there. So, sorry, Lynch, I need to encroach slightly onto your playmat, if you don't mind.
He didn't say he didn't mind.
This is why we need to build a wall.
As you can see, playmat borders. Okay,
Taking
so
all our jobs.
I'm gonna use 4 of my billion colorless floating for a Cryptothrall. It's a 3/3 artifact creature with Protector. It says other artifact creatures you control have hexproof. I cast an artifact spell. I'm going to gain 2 life from Forsaken Monument. Responses?
No response.
Good. All right, sounds good. No response. I am going to use more of the billion floating for Soul Ring, gain 2 life off the monument. Another 2 of the billion for Arcane Signet, gain 2 life. Every time you cast a colorless spell, you gain 2 life.
Notably, that is a creature and only says other.
It does indeed.
It's 2 per.
2 for the Lightning Greaves will gain 2 life. Seems cool. 11 reduced by, I'll read the card. Metalwork Colossus. Cost X less to cast, where X is the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control, which is 3, 2,
But you also have a billion, so you
5.
could
But I have a billion, so anyway, it's
Hella not relevant.
It's just there.
You can have
not
it.
relevant. To sack 2 artifacts, return it from their graveyard to hand.
There you go.
Seems cool.
Draw off that one.
No, I didn't. Thank you.
So you have 2
Kev.
draw triggers?
2 and 2, that's 4, yeah.
2 and 2, yeah. 2 triggers, draw triggers off casting Cryptothrall from the spiders, so I'll draw 2. 2 draw triggers off the spiders for the Metalwork Colossus, so I'll draw 2.
Are you scared? Because I'm scared.
Slightly.
I will use 3,
Otherwise it's a 4-hour
3
turn.
of the billion floating for Staff of Domination. Relevant.
Fuck, do you have anything? No. Okay.
I don't know.
Let a guy dream.
Staff of Domination reads, pay 1 colorless, untap, Staff Domination. Pay 2 colorless, tap it, gain 1 life. Pay 3, tap it, untap target creature. Pay 4, tap it, tap target creature. Pay 5, tap it, draw a card. So with continuity of a billion floating colorless, I can now tap it for 2 and gain 1 life, and pay 1 and untap it. And repeat. So I'm gonna go ahead and gain.
That's the loop.
Yes, that's the loop. I'm gonna go ahead and gain a billion life.
Roughly $1 billion. No,
Respo-
go ahead.
Responses to gaining $1 billion.
Nope. It's going.
Just pain and
No response.
Billion life. Then I'm going to use that.
keep going. Keep going.
No, you just do
Please.
your thing, dude. I'm just gonna
It's
hold
gonna
it
go
here.
up.
I'm gonna then use the same ability to pay 5 of the $1 billion floating to tap to draw a card, and then pay 1 to untap it and draw as many as I feel like. I'll do it one at a time though.
Pass priority.
So I'm just drawing until I find things that I would like to use, and I will.
Did you play land for turn?
I played Ash Barrens, yes.
Oh, damn, could have been Reliquary Tower. You can be my hero,
How
baby.
did none of us have artifact removal right now? You're green and I'm green. Yeah, both of us. All three of us should
I
have
promise they're
answers.
in
Yeah,
our
I'm
deck.
sure.
I have destroy target thing in my deck.
I'm gonna stop draw for now because I can just do this at instant speed and keep drawing whenever I like. I'm going to use 6 of the $1 billion floating for a Soul of New Phyrexia, 6/6 trample, artifact creature. I can pay 5 colorless, permanents get indestructible at the end of turn. I can pay 5 and exile it from my graveyard, and permanents get indestructible till the end of turn. All right. I will have 2 draw triggers though off the spiders. 2 of the $1 billion floating for a Cyberman patrol. It says artifact creatures you control have afflict 3. So anytime an artifact creature is blocked, its controller takes 3.
Loses 3 lives.
I have triggers I will draw 2.
Do you win or like what's up? Or...
You're not here though.
I'm not, technically.
That's the problem.
Yeah, he's never been here.
I'm like
So-
Waldo. I'm hiding in the
Yeah.
puzzle right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, you're not here, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pay I'll use the Ash Barrens to tap into the Darkwater Catacombs for a blue and a black, and I will tap for 1 more blue from the Shipwreck March, and then I will have X on the spell load $1 billion into X for the Cyber Controller. Legendary artifact creature Cyberman. When the Cyber Controller ETBs, each opponent mills X cards, will be $1 billion. Put all creature cards milled this way on the battlefield face down under my control. They're 2/2 Cyberman artifact creatures. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. So you'll just mill the decks.
Yep.
You would have to go
To the
Dude,
draw.
Tears the Peaks
when
would have
we
been
draw.
so nice.
on trigger.
earlier.
I will draw
Damn.
on my spider trigger though. On ETB, I will draw 2 cards for my spider triggers. Oh no. Yeah.
You'd have to play an instant at your upkeep to do something.
Hand size. They are all face down. Yeah.
So it's like as if you just have our decks. Our decks.
It won't even matter.
yeah,
Just ditch down.
He untaps.
We don't have a library anymore.
Yeah, he
right?
untaps. He
Okay.
can only respond in his upkeep.
Yeah, it would have to be an instant.
I do not. Can confirm. You got me, dog.
Definitely.
So that resolves pass priority.
Yes.
Pass priority.
You're good.
Pass priority. So you guys all mill your
Nothing.
decks
Nothing
out?
that shuffles my decks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Turn.
It's a good one.
Draw for turn.
Yep, I'll untap and draw into nothing and lose.
Well, you could respond with your hand before you draw. You have a chance. Okay.
I know I do.
So you
I
die.
don't have a response.
You draw, die.
I draw and die.
Do you have a response before?
On your end step, I'm gonna pay, or I'll tap 3 Merfolk to draw a card before, and then I'll die.
Okay. Now it's my turn. Untap. What can I?
There's no end step, right? I just die.
Yeah.
Does it go to end step? I'm not in play anymore.
I lost.
I sack all of my stuff.
Oh
Nice.
god.
I will first blow up to feel better about myself. I'll use 8 of V16 to kill your commander.
They are hexproof because they are artifacts. They're hexproof
I will
because
use
of the.
And you can
3
give
to
them
kill
indestructible.
this.
Oh
But
yeah,
you sold
yeah,
them
yeah.
first, yeah.
True, yeah. I can just
With
use,
floating mana.
I can just float $1 billion.
Float
and then
Just take it.
16, 17, 18, 19. I will do 19 damage to your billion life.
Yeah, take that.
And then I go to draw and I lose the game. Oh,
Jeez,
Jesse.
jeez.
He is evil,
game.
Jesse,
Good
after
game,
all.
Jesse.
He is
Badass.
good, Jesse. He is evil.
game, guys. That was pretty sweet.
Dude,
Gents,
dude.
GG's.
Killed it.
GG's.
I
I was
couldn't
like,
do anything
I was
on
like,
it.
I've lost a lot to when I've had over 100 life.
Well, I don't know what his
Sack
one
and
was,
draw.
and then I was like, maybe we could survive. And he goes, how about you just mill?
That totally worked.
Mill is how we're getting out of this.
It's a fairy.
It's funny because like
That's why you have to play it out, because you don't know. if
There's
you're
fun.
gonna be-
There's fun win
did
cons in the
something
deck,
different.
and then I drew that, and I was like, oh yeah,
That's a big win.
W.
Your
you win.
first time on the show. How does it feel?
Legendary.
To come on and get a
Legendary.
nice win, buddy.
Hey, man.
Congratulations.
I won on my first, game in. Ray didn't do that.
No, it took him like 3 years.
I know. I watched. I watched every time from home. Rooting
Every
for Ray.
game.
I'm like,
You see
how
"Yay,
close
the
I
day."
was, though?
Just
I'm
the
like,
ones with
"Today's the
Ray.
day." I was always rooting for Ray to win, and then he,
That's
then
awesome.
he just wouldn't. And I was like,
Wouldn't.
I'll catch him next week.
Yeah,
No.
maybe next week. Tune in. Will Ray win? Never.
Amazing
faith
experience.
in you.
Obviously, be in the Discord. That's how you get here, and have a lot of fun playing on a spell table with everybody and get to come play Magic in California in the sunshine, and it's beautiful.
Dude, I really feel like our Discord, we have such a great Patreon community, you know, that's like really great to see.
It's
like,
you guys.
This show's success is because of you guys who watch the show, the patrons who help contribute so that we can keep bringing people and feed them when they're here. Allow this show to keep making, because we'd love to go weekly. We're not there yet, but if you can keep contributing to us, if you also want to play with us, now you can see if you can beat him in the Discord. He's in the Discord.
I am now evil Jesse.
And again, you shouldn't be afraid. There's a lot of people who they've never been on Spell Table, they've never played online. You can come to our Discord, join our Patreon, and we'll help teach you. Let us get you in. Let us help you learn. And again, if you're worried, we'll play a pre-con deck with no upgrades, so you don't see this kind of bullshit. But if you also do want to see this kind of bullshit, we're happy to play bullshit with you. And that's what's great.
Appreciate all the pain that you brought towards
Dude,
my way.
we had synergy together, though. I couldn't have done anything without you feeding me.
Yeah, we built the board.
For the record, I did save Ray's life.
You fucking did.
On the record.
With
Would
one-
you kill him?
Noted on the record.
That's domestic abuse. I saved you just to
Because I got
kill
rid
you.
of
Like,
Catso.
Yeah, exactly.
The Catso.
He was like,
Oh,
no one
that-
kills Ray,
God, it
but
was
I
up,
kill
so I
Ray.
chose
Because I was like,
because they wouldn't have been able to
yeah,
cast that. on this
because I
turn.
had darkness in my opening hand.
Sure, you're holding it. Yeah.
And so I was like, "Can you deal with this?" And you're like, "Should I?" And then Lynch was like, "I will murder your existence." And I was like,
I don't think it's worth me dealing with it.
and then as soon as Chris was like, "That dies," I was like,
I made plots.
having the spider in my opening hand as well to be able to copy that got me my card draw. That drew into the staff, and then that drew into the monument. That drew into the infinite.
And because of what you're doing with me,
Yeah,
I wasn't
I drew
mad
a
at what you're
lot.
doing because you were giving me
I
vampires.
drew a lot. He
Yeah.
drew a lot.
You were giving me vampires to deal with him. And the problem is I just had no card draw. I had that that green ramp spell, but it just never was at a place where it seemed doable because I didn't want to feed him to give him more answers.
I was
So
also
wasn't even ramping myself. 'Cause I had that ramp turn one.
Yeah, same thing with Ray. He had a
Yeah.
ramp in hand and he wasn't casting it.
I was also never a threat until I was the threat. I was like making some copies of the artifacts, and that's cool and all that, but this was going crazy. You had all these things.
It was.
Commander has turned into people's decks do nothing until that one turn they just pop.
Yeah.
And it has become like a pop fest. 100 life means nothing when you have a billion. But a billion life means nothing if you can get to the commander damage. You only got him to 6.
Or get milled out.
Or you get milled out. Thank you
Great.
so much.
you.
Vancouver represent. Van City up in this biatch. Dude,
Canadian.
thanks again so much. The
Yeah.
Canadian brother coming in.
Pleasure
Don't
being
blame
here.
Canada.
Don't blame. It's not their fault.
Blame Canada.
We all remember that
Their
song.
beady little eyes and their flappy little heads. Hey, seriously though, if you guys can support us on Patreon, it seriously helps us out. It help us go weekly by becoming a patron, playing the Discord with us, so you can be pulled right out of the Discord into real life, like Jesse or Ray, and play with us in person. So until next time, I hate his deck. I hate your deck. I hate your deck. I hate my own deck because I do shit. And hopefully, maybe one day in the Discord, I'll hate your deck too. Peace. If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out. It's time for the random Patreon shout-outs. I'd like to thank Alex Pazovic, Carter Call, and Zach Hickson. Thanks, y'all. If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I Hate Your Deck. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community. I Hate Your Deck.